This video is the 100th episode of AK's Outdoor Gear and Reviews, and today we are taking a look at the Benchmade 535 Bugout. Let's get into it. Let's start with the specifications and overview of this knife. The Benchmade 535 Bugout has an overall length of 7.46 inches and an overall blade length of 3.24 inches. The blade is made from CPM S30V steel and features a 3-inch cutting edge in a drop point configuration with a full flat grind. The handle scales of this knife are made from a type of polymer called Grivery, which gives the Bugout one of its signature features, its lightness. This knife is extremely lightweight, weighing in at 1.85 ounces. The Bugout features the classic Benchmade axis lock locking mechanism, which is one of the strongest and safest locking mechanisms currently available in the knife world today. Some other notable features about this knife are the reversible mini deep carry pocket clip here on the back, which can be put on the left side as well, and the dual thumb stud openers. This knife also features a small lanyard hole here at the back of the handle, and some nice jimping up near the blade as well. The blade steel on this knife is CPM S30V, also known as S30V. It's considered to be a fairly high-end blade steel, and it's a favorite of many for its features, which include ease of sharpening and high edge retention. I'm not a complete expert on blade steels, but if you'd like to learn more, Blade HQ has an awesome article on their website that goes into a lot of detail about all the different blade steels. I'll try and leave a link for that below for you guys if you want to check it out. The Benchmade 535 Bugout has become one of Benchmade's best sellers since it was first released in 2017. There have been many different variations of this knife that have been released, such as company exclusives, the mini series, and others, with new ones added to the lineup each year. The one I have here is the Benchmade 535 Bugout GRY-1, which comes with Ranger Green handles and a smoke gray chromium nitride blade coating. This knife looks really cool and stylish. The handle is long enough to get a full 4-finger grip on there. Still have a little bit left over, which is great if you have larger hands like me. And the slim and minimalistic design of this knife is great for EDC if you wear jeans most of the time. Now let's take a look at some of the great features this knife has to offer. One of the first great things about this knife is that it weighs 1.85 ounces. Now this can be a little bit of a con too if you don't like lightweight knives, but it was originally designed and geared towards people like backpackers and those types of people who are more concerned about weight in a piece like this. But it's just a great knife, and it being lightweight is kind of nice on the hot summer days when you don't want to carry a whole lot. Another great feature about this knife is that it has a quality blade steel. S30V is considered to be an ideal blade steel for everyday carry by many people. One little downside to this is that since it is such a high-end steel, it does make the knife cost a bit more, but the quality is definitely worth it. Another great feature about this knife is the deep carry pocket clip. Now we all know that every good knife needs a deep carry pocket clip, and this one is no exception. Benchmade did an awesome job designing the mini deep carry pocket clip, and it works pretty well. This clip allows for tip-up carry of the knife, and it is also reversible for the left-handed folks out there. Another great feature about this knife is that there is multiple ways to open and close it, all one-handed. Now all these ways are partially enabled by the Benchmade axis lock, which is another really great thing about this knife. The first way you can open and close this knife, or open it rather, is with the thumb studs like you would any other knife that has them. You just take them and open it up like so. The second way you can open this knife is flicking it open with the thumb studs. This is something that is also enabled by the axis lock, like I already previously mentioned, and I've seen a lot of people do it with their Benchmade knives. It looks really cool, and it kind of gives it an assisted look. The third way you can open this knife is by taking the axis lock and pulling it to the open position and then flicking your wrist to open the knife. The axis lock also gives this knife a really smooth closing action once it's broken in. Now, one of the last great features of this knife we have on our list here is that it is ambidextrous open and close. There are the thumb studs on both sides, and you can also use the axis lock like we just talked about to open it. That means whether you're left-handed or right-handed, this knife will work for you. And the final great thing about this knife here on our list is that it is USA made. Benchmade Knife Company is located in Oregon City, Oregon, and they have been making quality American-made knives since 1979. So now that we've talked about all the great features of this knife, I thought I'd talk about a few things that I personally like about it. I just have 5 things here really fast. Number 1 is it looks super cool. Love the color combo, just looks dope, and it looks like it's a very capable knife. Second thing I like is that it has a deep carry pocket clip. That's always a great feature to have in an everyday carry knife. Third thing is that the blade is drop point and there is no serrades. I think there is a purpose for serrades, but I prefer not to have them on my everyday carry knives just because I find that this area in here where they serrated is the area that I tend to use the most. That being said, this knife is also offered with a serrated blade if you do want that, but I generally prefer my knives to be drop point and full flat grind. The fourth thing that I like about this knife is that it's special to me. It's my first Benchmade and it was a gift from my family, so I really appreciate that about it, and it just makes it a special piece in my collection. And finally, the fifth thing that I like about this knife is that it's USA made. It's great to support a company based in America and making some really cool products that function really well. The Benchmade 535 Bugout is currently available in 4 main different colors or configurations. The first is the blue handles with the satin blade in S30V steel. After that is the one like I have here, which is the Ranger green handles and the gray blade in S30V. Then there's the CF Elite carbon fiber handled black blade S30V Blackout Bugout. And then finally the most recent one to be released is the carbon fiber handle satin blade in S90V steel. Benchmade has also added this knife to their knife customizer, so there is an endless possibility of combinations of colors and materials you can make this knife with. The price of the Benchmade 535 Bugout ranges between $150 and $175, but I have seen it in the past as low as $130. The price, of course, depends on the color, materials, model, and time that you buy this knife. Now, you do want to be careful where you buy this knife. Be sure to avoid places like eBay and Wish, as there are hundreds of counterfeits out there. If you're interested in checking this knife out, I'll try and leave some links below. Now, $175 does seem a little bit expensive for this knife just based on the weight and feel, but Benchmade does have a reputation for making quality products, so that is a factor, as well as the high-end blade steel, which can add up pretty quickly. Now, the next question you're probably asking is, would I recommend this knife to you? If you really want this knife and have been looking at it for a while, then I would say go for it. But if you're not sure, I'd recommend looking around just to get a good idea of what's out there before making your final decision. Overall, I think it's a great EDC option if you want a super lightweight knife. It is a little pricey and might not be for everyone, but I really like mine. Alright guys, let's try and get this video to 1,000 views in celebration of the 100th episode of AK's Outdoor Gear and Reviews. Thank you for all the support over the past 100 episodes. We appreciate it a lot. If you liked this video and found it helpful, give it a big thumbs up and leave us a comment down below. If you've not done so already, please consider clicking subscribe. We try and make a new video every week. That is it. Stay safe, and we'll see you on the next video.